Hello, this next video is going to be in regards to adding a page to the website. This first one is going to be specifically about adding a landing page, which I don't think in most cases you will want to add to the navigation. The navigation is another step in the process, so I'll make you another separate video on adding items to the navigation. But that may be something you want to plan ahead on and maybe have us add. In any case, for adding a landing page, again, we come back here to the dashboard. You're going to start with the Pages item in the menu here. We'll go ahead and click on Pages. As we've seen in a previous video, it'll show you the whole list of all of the pages on the site. We'll go ahead and come up right up here and click Add New. That essentially gives us a blank page. I'm just going to go ahead and give this a generic name of landing page so that we can easily delete it after. Typically it does bring you to this view and it doesn't show you the page builder view. All we have to do then is hit this back end editor to be able to get that view. So we can go there, click that. Typically on the previous videos you've seen a bunch of elements already on the page. In this case, those elements aren't already there, so what we're going to do is we're going to use a pre-existing template. Come right up here, see this little thing? It's divided into 3 little squares. That's your template button, which it'll tell you if you hover there long enough. We'll go ahead and click that. There's quite a few things here, but don't be too worried about it. We'll just come here right to this landing page template, click that, and it just throws all of these items on the page. So this is the one that we used for the basis for all of the internal pages. If we publish this, we can go and view the page. You can see it's got, some specific text on here from another page that you've already got on the site. But basically, all you would do at this point is just start updating the text. So, if this title needs to change, on down the page. If all the text is going to be written up in advance and you're going to be copying and pasting into here, I'm not sure if I covered this previously, but you're going to want to make sure to use this Paste as Text button. That way, if your Word document has, some funky formatting, returns forced into it, colors, fonts, anything, it's going to strip all of that out so that you'll have nice, clean text copy in here. You just click that, click that first, and then when you paste in here, it's going to paste your text in a clean and unformatted way. Let's just go ahead and grab some text here. We'll get some Latin. Sorry. Click into here, paste that in. Paste that in. And I think you get the idea. We don't really have to do all of these, but you would just update everything that you want to update. If there's extra text blocks that you don't need, you would just delete those. That's the most of it. The only other thing here, let's go ahead and hit update and see what we've got. If we refresh this, we'll see our text has been updated. We've got title here, we've got some Latin and Latin here like we planned. Same thing down here, you can update those. So obviously the only other thing left is the photos, right? So to update the photos, those are found right here. You can see kind of a tiny little preview here. Let me zoom in a little bit, showing you that this is where the picture is. So all of these other elements, there's blocks in here. On this one, you're going to edit the row here, or the column, I should say. There's a little pencil here. You can click on that. Up comes this screen, and we come right here to this Design Options tab. And then here you can see this is where our image is coming from. You want to leave this to cover so that it covers the whole area. But part of what that does is that obviously it gets cropped differently at different widths. Oops, let's go back up here. So, you know, we're going to see more of his face at some widths and less of it at others. So sometimes it takes a little testing to get the image just right, the way that you want. We can come here and let's just try a new one. It'll take you to the media library when you go to replace it. If you're putting in a new one that's not on the site yet, you just come to Upload Files, and then you select the file that you want. It's much like attaching an image to an email. Otherwise, if it's in here, we can just click on it. This is probably roughly a good shape, right around 1,000 pixels square. Again, you may want to adjust your cropping to make sure that the right parts of the image show up. Let's go ahead and throw this guy in here and see what he looks like. There he is. So if, for instance, maybe his eyes or his head were getting cropped off in a funny way and there were more picture available, you would probably want to crop it with a little more space above his head, and that way, in most instances, we would make sure that his face is all showing up there and he's not getting his glasses or his nose or whatever clipped off in the picture. That is mostly it. You're just going to swap out the text, you're going to swap out the images like I've just shown you. If you do want the page to be a different arrangement than what you've got here, I kind of went over that a little bit earlier. You can see here, if you hover over, you can see this is split into 2 columns. This one is only 1 column. Same down here, this is 2. So you can change the arrangement. It seems like you guys wanted to keep the same structure for every page, but I thought I'd just show you this here quickly. So you could potentially make this 3 columns, and then sometimes it's a little fiddly getting it to drop in exactly where you want, as you can see here. There we go. So we could update that. And now instead of it being 2 across like this, if we update this, we've got 3 columns going across. So it's very visual. It's not very difficult to do. Those are the basics of adding a new page to the site. Again, if it's something that needs to go in the navigation, I'm going to make a separate video right after this showing you how to manage navigation, but you may want to plan a little bit in advance and make sure that you potentially have our help with that, because making sure it shows up correctly in all of the right places on desktop, mobile, laptop, etc. Is a couple of steps. Anyway, that is it for adding new pages. Thanks.